Hey everyone, this is Chris with Ignited by Nature, and today I'm going to be talking about the new upgrade that the Swarovski ATC and the STC actually received. This is not something that Swarovski has talked about. This is kind of a quiet update, and Swarovski actually has a history for doing things like this. But today I'm just going to talk about that update and just go over it real quick. One of the major downsides to the STC or the previous models was that the mounting surface for an Arca plate or any kind of tripod adapter was very small. And then also you had a 1/4 inch main thread, and then the Optik actually came with a 3/8 inch adapter screw that you could just screw into the 1/4 inch thread, and then you can adapt different tripod adapters. So basically, if you've owned the STC or ATC, or you're looking at buying one of the major downsides, or I would say cons, to the STC was its mounting footprint for an Arca plate or a tripod adapter. If we take this off here, you'll see that I have a Peak Design tripod plate, which is actually their proprietary Arca plate, and it uses a 3/8 inch adapter or 3/8 inch thread. That thread is actually an adaptation piece to their 1/4 inch main thread, which is kind of more the standard, but they also provide that 3/8 inch thread as well. One of the problems with that is that when you mount it on a tripod like so, and say I'm glassing, and you can tighten that whole thing down and it seems good for a while, but as you'll notice, as I start to turn, look what happens. This is totally locked down, but my spotter is actually still spinning. That was a problem, and that was purely a design flaw that they had with this particular Optik. And to fix this flaw, they actually came out with a proprietary Arca plate for the STC and the ATC. So the newer models actually come with this Arca plate, but if you don't currently have one of the newer models, you can actually call in and they'll send you the new Arca plate so that you can use it with your STC or ATC. Now, if you don't have what I'm about to show you, then when you call in, you're going to have to send your Optik in, and they're actually going to have to retrofit it so that it works with their new proprietary Arca plate. That's going to be a little bit of a longer process, so just call in and find out the necessary steps and they'll take care of you. But if you have the STC or ATC models with the 3 holes on the bottom, then you'll be able to just get this Arca plate. And so for me, I actually called in, and I called in on Friday. So it's actually Tuesday right now. So I called in last Friday. I talked to one of the reps on the phone. He said, no problem, we'll get that sent out to you. And he had it sent out that day. I actually got my Arca plate in right here on Monday. So it's Tuesday. I'm going to open this up. We're going to mount it on. We're going to look at the difference between what I have now and this new Arca plate that they provided me. So let's go ahead and take this back off. So you saw how much it shifted. Now, this can be troublesome out in the field, especially if you don't have a tool to tighten it down and it's just plain annoying. So I'm glad that they fixed this, and we'll go ahead and take this Peak Design Arca plate off. So I'm unscrewing it right now. And see, it's funny, I'm unscrewing it, and this 3/8 inch adapter thread actually came off. So, yeah, it just didn't work that well, right? And then, honestly, the threads weren't long enough to actually, I think, seat into this Optik. So, I always had problems with it shifting. If you take a closer look here, you'll actually see that there's 3 holes. This is what you need to have the Arca plate sent to you without having to send it in to get retrofitted. So if you have these 3 holes, so you have the main 1/4 inch thread, and then you have these 2 holes for the plate to kind of lock itself in on. If you have this, you're golden. You don't have to worry about sending it in. You call them up, they'll take care of you. Like I said, they got it out to me super fast. So with that being said, let's open this package and get it mounted on. Boom. Nice. It actually comes in a nice little box. So this is something, I don't know if they're selling it or what, but yeah, looks pretty good. And then inside, you have this new Arca plate that Swarovski made for the STC and ATC. And as you can see, it's got a male threaded end, and then you also have 2 male little studs that are gonna keep that Optik from actually shifting. And then before I mount this on, if you take a closer look, if you have some kind of 1/4 or a nickel or a dime, you can tighten this on using that, or if you have a flathead screwdriver, that will work too. But basically, you'll take this Arca Swiss mount and attach it to the Optik and screw it on, and those 2 studs are going to keep it from actually moving. So you're going to have a tripod adapter that's locked in and good to go. So once you get it tightened down, we'll just go ahead and lock this in. And as you can see, there's no more movement. Now we can loosen up this tripod, and you're going to get a nice fluid movement, and you're not going to have to worry about that plate coming loose in the field, and you're good to go. Okay, so there you have it. That was the STC update. You now get an Arca plate when you buy a new STC or ATC, and if you have an older model, just give them a call. They're going to take care of you and either retrofit your STC or ATC, or if you have one of the newer models, they're going to go ahead and send you an Arca plate. They did it super fast. Like I said, I got it in literally 1 day. So they sent it out Friday. I got it Monday, which is crazy because they're in Rhode Island and I'm in Idaho. So I don't know how they did that, but it was pretty cool. With all that being said, thanks for watching, and remember, stay connected to the wild. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel for more outdoor gear reviews and adventures. I'd really appreciate it. Also, leave a comment below. What has your experience been with Swarovski Optik and their updates? Do you have an STC or an ATC? Have you upgraded it yet? I'd love to hear about it. Once again, my name is Chris with Ignited by Nature, and until next time, guys and gals.